I'm David and welcome to my channel. In today's video, I'm doing a reading on the sign Taurus. Before I jump into the video, I just want to take a quick moment to give a few updates. In this video, I'm going to try to do a reading without the use of AI. Like I mentioned before, I'm in my testing phase and I just want to try different ideas. And I feel like the AI incorporation kind of created a disconnect. At least for me, it was interesting, but at least I want to see like how things go with just me. I guess having my face on cam throughout the whole reading, and also try to have a better connection, or at least I just want to try different ideas. I was excited all day because I had also ordered like a new pair of cards, which should help guide me throughout my learning journey, and hopefully, um, you guys can let me know whether or not you enjoyed this type of format, or if you have a preference for me to go back to the original format that I was utilizing. Now, let me know at the end. But without that being, now that that is said, I'm gonna get started with the reading. I am also real quick. I'm gonna do it a little bit differently. I'm going to do it a little bit differently, in which I'm going to pull 6 cards in total, 3 for the current and 3 more for the future. And I realized, just so that you guys know, I also like produce, or not produce, but also make other types of content. So I'm just trying to be honest with my timeline, and I want to make sure that we all have the same like expectations. So the way I'm going to be doing my reading today is going to be for the remainder of April and into the first half of May. That would give me time to get through the remainder of the signs, because I still want to make sure I hit everyone else. Plus, it doesn't put too much of a stress on myself, knowing that I have other content that I produce. But anyway, now that I got that out the way, I want to get started with the reading. Let's see. Oh, this is really exciting for me, just simply as I'm curious to see how these come out. If I hope, I hope me and these cards have a strong connection. I mean, if that makes any sense. I know that's weird to say, but I don't know. I wanna, I wanna hope. I hope that I can really connect with these cards. Okay, the first card, Five of Swords. The Five of Swords. It came out upright, representing conflict, disagreement, competition, defeat, winning at all costs, weakness. This is a negative card, Cancer. Very, very negative. I mean, not that this is the full story, but at least at the start, it seemed like a very low vibrating energy to be in. Let's see the next one. Page of Pentacles. Manifestation, financial opportunity, skill development, ambition, desire, intelligence. That's toward Five of Wands, competition, rivalry, conflict, disagreements, right? Tension. So your current energy, Cancer, what I'm picking up is that you are definitely going through, I guess, a little bit of conflict right now, because it's like a double confirmation. You got the conflict with the Five of Swords, conflict with the Five of Wands. Well, at least the 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 Five of Wands seems a little more pleasant, if you ask me my opinion, in which competition is good, right? Who doesn't like a healthy competition? But let me turn. But you have competition here and here, plus they both represent a little bit of conflict. What is throwing me off just a little bit is the Page of Pentacles, which is maybe you are having to make a decision on whether or not you're gonna chase your dreams or follow some idea that's on your mind that could possibly lead you towards the Page of Pentacles. You know, being able to take advantage of a financial opportunity is a great thing, if you ask me. The only other thing that I can think of right now is maybe the conflict itself is disagreements at work on I guess, a high level decision making that whether or not it's going to lead to the Page of Pentacles. Because if you have two dueling sides that are competing or at conflict, it makes me think that you might have, I guess, maybe two colleagues, or maybe there's some top level decision makings, or maybe a group of executives who are not on the same page, and they trying to get to the bottom line on whether or not a decision is going to be made that's going to lead to a Page of Pentacles. I mean, yes, the Page of Pentacles. Or this can also show up in your personal life. Like I know sometimes as individuals that could be dating or currently dating someone. Maybe there's a big decision that needs to be made on whether or not it could be, say, a long distance relationship that could oftenly, often present some type of conflict because maybe the both partners have different opinions on what action they should take to help increase or build a relationship, but also help build themselves up individually. I know I have dealt with similar situations like that in the past, and it is a very hard decision to make, especially when you're younger, because it somewhat seem at times could seem selfish to focus on oneself. Like, I'm gonna do what's better for me to help me get to my Page of Pentacles. However, it could be, you never know. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. You never know, because sometimes I mean, we all have heard of stories in which the the spouse stuck it out through the worst time, and then so happened that partner was able to achieve something that was great. But just the patience and the uncertainty of that could be very risky for someone to take, and I know that could be that's a very hard decision to make, especially when you truly like someone. So that could be something that you're contemplating with your partner as well, where you might both have different opinions on what direction their relationship should go. Or this could be something that could be related to what you do for work or in your career, in which there's a competing opinion, or yeah, there's a differing opinion on what action the team or the organization should take, and is causing a little bit of conflict. But it seemed like the I mean, excuse me. It seemed like there's a chance, if I want to rely on what I'm getting from the Five of Pentacles, there's a chance that one option could bring a lot of financial opportunity. So I don't know. This Hopefully that's something that you're thinking heavily on. Not too much to bring you towards like a depression or anything, but that seems very unfortunate to be in that type of mindset. At least currently, this is what I picked up for your current read. Let me pull three more to see how the future you is looking. Hermit. That's interesting. Queen of Wands. Even more interesting. Oh, this came reverse. Or let me see. Three of Cups. Okay. Cancer. I'm just gonna say what comes to mind. Okay. And hopefully this doesn't offend some of you guys. But if they do, that's not my intention. I'm just gonna say what comes to mind. All right. Let me just double check real quick with this card. So what is coming to my mind with your future self, and I'm gonna re-angle it so you guys can get it better, is that the future you seems to be making a decision where staying consistent to what your current self is doing, there's a high possibility that you decide to pull yourself from your current situation. And getting the future you, it makes me think, and of course, as we all know, you're supposed to only take what resonates with you. My message or what I'm picking up is not going to resonate with everyone. But what it makes me think is that the future you is deciding to leave or exclude yourself from the current situation. So it's like you're, maybe this was related to a relationship or some personal relation connection that you have with someone, excuse me. And you decide to pull yourself or pull your energy from that situation. But what makes me think that you is more than likely a relationship. So if you're a Cancer that's not in a relationship, this reading might not be for you. But what makes me think that this was indeed a relationship is the Three of Cups. Simply because it represents like being out, like right. You got, I mean, at least some of the messaging, like heavy partying, seems like that's someone that might be going out more, might be meeting new people more, going on dates more. Follow. Then you have the excuse me, Queen of Wands, which courage, confident, independence, focus. Like all these things make it seem like someone that's stepping out on their own, right? Like I not to say that couples can't go out together, but this card in addition with the this card makes you think like you're stepping out, you're building yourself up, you're building you re you're I think the saying is like you're regaining your identity from whatever this was. You decided to leave this behind and you started to, I guess, relearn yourself and who you are by yourself, which is not a bad thing. But like I mentioned, like I'm not trying to upset anyone, but if you're in a relationship, there's a chance that you might be deciding to step away. And then followed by the Hermit is a little card that came out first, but it's like a reset. Like it's soul searching, wisdom, truth seeking, being alone. This seems like this encompasses someone that is decided to be isolated, and I think the isolation might be. I, I sorry guys, if I was to read this in the order that it came out, it literally is telling me it was conflict here, right? Conflict here. No, sorry. This was the first conflict. Then this makes me think that you have the Page of Pentacles makes me think there's an opportunity that you're thinking about in which you know or you feel that it can lead you to a better position or a better opportunity that you possibly can run into if you decide to do away with these different opinions or differing opinions. And it seemed like when I move into the future you, it seemed like transitioning to the Hermit where you decide to make some type of significant change where you're more isolated, you're more to yourself, you're contemplating maybe some of the lessons you learned while dealing with this situation. And you're relearning yourself, you're letting go the bad and you holding on. When you exit a relationship, how you have to go through those thoughts of like what went wrong with you, what we did wrong, what the other person did wrong. So this might be a sign that you actually decide to move forward with that. And I mean, I don't. I'm sorry if that's someone that you really cared about, but the good thing is that it seemed like it's going to be short lived because when you step into the Queen of Wands and then the Three of Cups, it seems like you're embracing your independence. You're embracing your independence. You going out. You're socializing, which doesn't seem like a bad thing. It seems like you're gonna be okay. You're gonna regain your right place. I think the good thing, well, anybody can agree with, is that it seems like it's gonna be less conflict and more partying down here. So I'll say kudos to you. That's what I picked up in this reading. Sorry if it wasn't the most pleasant reading. I don't know. I actually don't mind it because if you're dealing with conflict, Cancer, why why would you want to stay in that energy, right? So being isolated for a temporary period to get her out of this with the chance that you might get more opportunities and a chance that it's going to lead to you embracing your identity more, you going out more, you regaining your confidence, you're socializing. That's so that's so those are positive things to look for. So overall, I think it's a decent reading. A little bit of negativity, or a little bit, I guess, hard decisions you have to make, or hard things that you're contemplating. But it seems like you'll be okay if you decide to part ways with whatever relationship you're dealing with, or maybe this indeed could be just business related. Maybe you're leaving your job and you have to go through the period of like we determining like what your future endeavor is gonna be, whether or not you're gonna go work for another company. But overall, it seems like you're gonna transition into better positions in life, which I say kudos to you. Anyway, that's what I picked up today. I hope you guys enjoyed this reading. Again, this is gonna be my new way of doing my readings for now, unless you guys leave me a bunch of comments asking me to go back to the previous way. But I like this method better because I feel like it allows me to connect better through a camera, even though. But I know if you guys have any suggestions, please feel free to leave them in the comments. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you think that this is a message that maybe somebody that you know might need to hear, please feel free to share it. Other than that, I will talk to you guys again soon.